And now that our sewer main is hooked up, let's go ahead and hook up the water main. So just showing you on the floor plan, our section 2 right now is facing the water heater and the supply line, or the water main here and the supply line. So let's connect these three things together. So I'm going to go down to my section 2 view, and we can see that they're not connected. Let's start by adding in an elbow component, and you'll notice that no matter what I do, I can't really get a proper facing elbow. So I'm just going to put one down over there, and sometimes when you put them down, you'll get these like two rotator discs here. So I'll press escape a few times, select it, and if you click on one, you'll notice that it rotates, and then it kind of shifts them to the other side. So I clicked on the inside one, now I clicked on the outside one after that, and it rotates them accordingly. So I believe I need to then click on this one, and then that one. No, it's kind of like a game almost. So I don't know if it's a fun game, but there we go. You just have to click on them till you get the orientation correct, and then we can bring that together. Okay. And we're just gonna kind of connect that one directly through to the pipe. Like that. Okay, so now that's hooked up. Jumping back to our ground floor view. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to hide the water heater just for a second though. So hide in view by element, just to take a look to see if the pipe we have going vertically down matches up. And it most likely does. I'm guessing it's over here, so it's pretty close to where we need it to be. And if we needed to make a slight adjustment later on, we could totally do that. If you ever want to unhide anything also, just click on the little reveal icon down here, and then you can select any elements you want, unhide them, and then exit out to bring that one back in. Okay, so things are looking pretty good. We got the water heater hooked up, the water main. All we need to do now, I believe, is set up the cold water and then just add a little bit of color to that. So head over to your 3D view, and your 3D view, depending on what structure you're working on, is going to have that structure there. And just like before, I want you just to kind of select some of the elements of the structure, not selecting the plumbing stuff though, and just hide that by category. Because we just want the plumbing things in place, and we don't want everything. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now, based on that fine view. And we're going to change it, or based on coarse, but we're going to change it to fine. So we could kind of take a look here and see how things are lining up. So you can tell right away that these pipes here are a little bit off, not like majorly, but if I select it and I just tap on the keyboard, we can probably adjust that pretty quickly. So important thing is just to make sure your screen is kind of facing the direction you want it to. So that's all hooked up. This one here looks to be a little offset. So I'll select these two, and I hold down Control when I select them, and then tap them into place. Okay, just to patch those ones up. Okay, and our water main. So that's looking really good right now. Let's just go ahead and add in the cold water line, and then we'll be set. And we just want to work smarter on this, not harder. So since we have all these already in place, let's just copy them, move them accordingly, and then kind of fix it from there. So I'm holding down Control. I'm going to select all of the essential hot water pipes and fittings. I might delete that last one, but select them all, and I'm going to go to a top-down view now. Okay, so I can see this from the top, and I'm going to go ahead and copy it. So hold down Control, press C, then Control, press V, and this is a copy that I'm holding right now, and I'm just going to drop it down somewhere up, I guess there. It doesn't really matter where you drop it though, because I just now need to use the keyboard to kind of put it in place. So main thing is I don't want the pipes to overlap the existing pipes. So I'm just going to kind of push it in a little bit more, and I'm going to put it adjacent to the hot water pipes. So I can see the pipes over there, and I'm going to move it accordingly so that there's just a little bit of space between them. Okay, so that's all set. Let's head back over to my 3D view. Oh, I'm already in my 3D view, so I'm going to drop those pipes. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that's nice. And you can see that now we have those additional pipes in place. Now, since this original pipe was to the water heater, and we don't have hot water going to the toilet, we can now select that and delete it, as well as this fixture here. And we could just kind of extend that out to connect that pipe all together. So now we just have cold water entering the toilet part, and then the other pipes to the other regions. Okay, and then this supplies the cold water to the water heater, which means we can take the copy and probably raise it up there. So I'll select the elbow of the copy, and if it ever doesn't conform right for you, if you have it selected, you can tap the up key and it will stretch it up in only the vertical position. And then we will use that as an additional means of supplying cold water. So it can either enter the water heater, or it can go into this pipe. So I'll select that copy as well, and then bring that one up as well. And I might delete this one. We'll just kind of see how it plays out. So I'm going to put it close to it, but not exactly connected. I'm going to adjust this pipe here. Oops. Okay. So over there is good, and then let's grab that other pipe that we created and just hold down the up key. We're just going to raise that up to match. So we could do this with a T or something, but just because we're working in the 3D view, fittings don't always work the way you want them to in this view. So I just want you to keep that in mind. And because there is going to be like a slight offset here, the best way to approach it is just to get them close to each other and not worry about a fitting for this last component, just because we are working in the 3D view and things don't always tend to work how you want them to in this view. Okay. So taking a look at that, you can see why it wouldn't be perfect because of that little slight offset there, but that'll be okay. Actually, looks like most of it got shifted just slightly. So I'm going to fix that because it's pretty quick to fix. Hold down the control key. Click that. There we go. And just face it from the right view. And tap it a couple times. Okay. And then this one, get tapped once or twice. Okay, better? Okay. So now all our pipes are in place, our hot water, our cold water, everything's connected. Now let's add some color to this system and be done with our plumbing plan.